Today I want to talk about the 3 mindsets that has helped me significantly in my personal life as well as my business, and what you really need to know to be very successful with regards to your health, wealth, love, and happiness. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Mindset number 1. There are only blessings and blessings in disguise. What do I mean by this? Well, understand this. There is no good and bad. There is just good and good in disguise. Simple as that. Well, this is the mentality that I have, which shapes my perspective on life to only see blessings and blessings in disguise. And when I started to adopt this mentality, everything started to flow my way. And as I always say, the universe is always working in my favor, right? So let me break this down even further. Well, within my coaching business, I help entrepreneurs break past their financial barriers in business, taking them to a whole new level from 5 to 10K a month, scaling up to 20 to 40K a month in their business, and so much more, by helping them solve their internal problems. Okay, they tried all the different strategies, the different funnels, the masterminds, going to different events, and guess what? It's not working for them because the actual problem here is their internal world. Goodbye. So everything you see in your physical reality is a reflection of your internal world. Let me say that again. Everything you see in your physical reality is a reflection of what you hold within. When I first took the leap of faith into entrepreneurship, and when I started the Awakening program, the first month, I did fairly well for myself. I got my first $2,000 within 1 month, right? My goal was to achieve financial freedom and to live on my own terms. Well, March came around and it was another good month. It was $2,000 within that month. April came around and I think I made my first $3,000 month. And I think May came around, it was my first $5,000 month. And then June and July came around and guess what happened? I went back to zero. And this absolutely broke me because I had so much pressure on me because I had a family to take care of. I made the choice not to go down the 9-to-5 route, right? But actually put in the work and dedicate myself full time into entrepreneurship. So when I had the $0 month, it really shook my certainty within myself. And guess what? June came around and the same thing happened. It kept breaking me down. So this pressure I put on myself, it made me very scarce. It made me very fearful. And being in this state of fear and insecurity and scarcity, while this feeling state started to manifest itself or started to reflect itself into my business, my internal world, my attitude, it all started to reflect in my business. And that's why I started experiencing these $0 months. So how did I move past the $0 month without getting destroyed by it? I changed how I viewed the situation. Instead, I saw this as a great lesson, a lesson of growth, contrast. I started to view the $0 month as a blessing in disguise. And once I started to consciously live this way, only viewing through this perspective, through this mindset of there are only blessings and blessings in disguise, that's when everything started to shift for me. When I put a good and positive meaning to the $0 month, guess what happened the next month? I actually had a $5,000 month. The next month after that, another $5,000 month. And then the following was a $8,000 month. And then I hit my first $20,000 month. Then I went up to a $50,000 month. And then last year, October, I hit one of my highest months of $150,000 within 1 month. Life is all a matter of perspective. When you change the lenses you look through, you change your perspective. And when you change your perspective, the things you look at, they change. So if you start to realize that there are only blessings and blessings in disguise, then everything that you perceive, everything that you see, every attitude that you have becomes positive. When every attitude becomes positive, it leads you to positive outcomes. It leads you to positive lifelines. And the events that follow become more and more positive. Okay. Mindset number 2. Take full responsibility of your life. You are 100% responsible for where you are in life right now and what your life looks like. You are 100% responsible for everything around you, every single thing. So stop playing a victim to this world. Stop playing a victim of circumstance. Stop blaming everyone else around you. Instead, blame yourself. Blame the person staring back at you in the mirror. You are 100% responsible. So this means that every single event that happens from this point moving forward, You choose how you respond to it. You choose the attitude and the meaning that you put on every particular thing moving forward. So, all of these things that happened in my life, I consider them as blessings, lessons of growth. And because of this, my natural response is not negative because of how I view every situation in my life. This is my perspective on life, right? That everything is a blessing and a blessing in disguise. I choose now to put a positive meaning and respond as positive as I can to every single thing that happens to me. Even if something goes wrong, I just respond as positively as I can. Why? Because I know it's a blessing in disguise. So take 100% responsibility for where you are in life and stop being a victim of circumstance. Mindset number three. This is probably the biggest one for me, right? Life is just a beautiful game. Have fun and enjoy life to the fullest. Now, why is this so important? The moment you start to forget that life is just a game, you become truly attached to every outcome in your life. And guess what happens? You start to suffer. Because the nature of reality is forever changing. It's never going to be the same, but you lose sight of the game. Your expectations in life create this unnecessary pressure on you, and it creates this unnecessary suffering. And this pressure is reflected out in your physical reality. You're now not even present. So the moment you start to forget that life is just a beautiful game, and you start taking life too seriously, well, unfortunately, you're stuffed. Now, why has this mindset been very key for me on my journey? Well, I found myself starting to become too attached to my daily routines, my meditation, visualization, etc. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I better not do this. If I don't do this, I'm going to stuff everything up. If I take a day off, my business is going to suffer. I should never take a vacation. So you put too much meaning on certain things. Whenever anything in your life gains too much meaning, that's when you create this imbalance in the field of nature. When you become neediness, or when you become needy and you become desperate, life withdraws that from you. Understand that. Because neediness and desperation means I don't have. It affirms the state and the attitude of I don't have. And guess what? The mirror of reality says, cool, you don't have? Okay, here's more of not having. So this is why whenever you start to lose sight that life is just a beautiful game, it's time for you to show yourself that yes, life is just a game. Have fun with life. Enjoy life to the fullest and stop taking life so seriously. When I got too attached to all of these routines in my life, I saw that my results in my business were suffering because of this neediness, this desperation. I saw when I was getting too desperate on closing clients into my business over the phone, they could feel this neediness. They could feel this desperation resonating, coming from me. And guess what? The client wouldn't sign up. Remember, energy never lies. So you've got to keep your energy right. And the only way to do that is by showing yourself that life is just a game. As an example, if the client doesn't sign up, cool. The client wasn't right for your program, right? The next client is going to be amazing, okay? So those are the three mindset shifts that have helped me significantly in my personal life. That has also helped me and my clients take our businesses to a whole new level.